How big and strong a guy is. If somebody is coming at you full speed, they have a really huge advantage.
And he went over Larry Bird, and Larry Bird just spun around like a top and sat down on the court. Sat there and said, man, I just saw something firsthand that's unbelievable.
Davis with a rip away. He'll run with Palazzo. Ricky to the hole.
Well, I dare him to try that again. You know, now that I know where he was, I didn't know he was going to try to dunk it. I would have blocked it. You know, I thought he was going to lay it in, so I tried to take the charge.
He actually cheapened the dunk by his reactions afterwards because the dunk was good enough. It's kind of like the guy who buys a Bentley, right? And he puts TVs in the headrest and put wheel rims on it, and he cuts the top off to make it convert. Like, you don't have, that's a Bentley, man. You don't have to do all of that.
Ricky Davis over Nash was, it was unfortunate, really, because clearly Nash just never recovered from the shock.
Off the mark. Lakers had several chances, and here's Larry Bird chugging down the court.
Well, first of all, Larry Bird can only jump that high, so you know he must have been feeling awfully good.
Game 7, the margin of error is very slim. You don't want to try to go up and get blocked and miss the dunk. He finishes the play.
So when he does something like that, a dunk, everybody's like shocked, like shell shocked, like, what? Larry Bird can dunk? And in traffic, and in the 7th game of the World Championship.
Bryant to shot.
The comeback was one of the greatest comebacks in Laker history, and I've been through a lot of those comebacks, but I never heard the Staples Center and LA crowd quite so loud. And
well, that was the start of our dynasty. I mean, that's where it all began. That moment in time, you know, had it at the top of the floor in an isolation situation with Scotty, and I was able to get by him. Once I got to the basket, you know, I think it was Rashid. I saw him step up and plug the lane, and you know, they took the body off the big fella. I was able to get it over the outstretched hand, and he finished it.
I've been waiting for a pass like that a long time. So if you slow it down, you can see my eyes like, hey, you know, you come into the hole, and they've been leaving me all night. So if you throw it up, I'm gonna go get it.
In the background, you can see Phil Jackson kind of standing up on his tiptoes, like as if to say, get up, Shaq, go get it.
We saw the defense come to him and just gave Shaq the loft to the basket, which was, you know, an exclamation point, and also a big point factor that made the differential in the game.
Pulls up in the paint. Oh, no! Allen Iverson.
Personally, I knew he could get up like that. What's shocking about the dunk is really how high he is. His head is almost at the rim.
You know, Allen Iverson he's special. You know, at 6 foot, 5'11", whatever he is. One, to make a play like that, but two, just to what he's done in his career, over his career, just incredible. Incredible time and incredible elevation, incredible, whatever you want to say.
A rebound follow dunk by a guy who's basically about 5'11", 160 pounds. Over all those giants. Pretty incredible dunk, and I remember being just shocked when I saw that one.
No fouls to give. Miller gets past Kittles. Miller inside with the slam. Reggie Miller ties it with 3.1 remaining.
We were down 2. This was game 5. This was an elimination game on the road. Once I started to go up, I kept going up. To my shock. And you look at the tape, I got fouled. It should have been an and one. We would have been up 1. We would have won the game, but they didn't call it as they normally don't. But, yeah, that's shocking because, like I said, that was my last professional dunk in my career.
That was very surprising because you rarely see Reggie dunk, especially in traffic. And those dunks right there are rare on his behalf. But the game was, you know, in the balance, and, you know, he went in strong.
He was feeling so good that's why he took it to the basket and dunked two-handed in traffic, and then hung on the rim and looked at the man saying, oh, yes, that was me.
Coming up next, we get up close and personal with the greatest in-your-face dunks. And later, it's the nastiest dunks you're ever going to see, the famous 4.
Guys have to have a creative mind to just come and think of how to do that.
Up
next are the dunks that happen when the irresistible force meets the very movable object. The dunker is immortalized. The donkey is posterized. And the crowd yells,
"In your face!"
Carter's got it. Carter drives. Oh! Big finish. Vince Carter.
He wrapped it and touched Alonzo in the air. I was like, "Hello, Alonzo, how you doing?" I just threw it down on. That was nasty.
You got to find ways to intimidate shot blockers. Unfortunately, guys like Alonzo Mourning never gets intimidated. He's just going to keep coming. But it makes a statement, and the fact that he turned sideways made it a little special.
That's one of the things that I always said to the guys. If you're afraid to get dunked on, don't be a shot blocker. You know, stay out and let the guy go to the basket and let him act like he's in a dunk contest.
So I was thinking, okay, I have to take the hit first, and hopefully I'm high enough to still dunk it, and it happened. So I think that's what that satisfaction of that play comes from, because it's something I thought about, and it actually came to fruition.
Carter. Elevation throws it down. My goodness.
Once I hit him, I felt like I just kept going higher and higher. And he was on his way down, and I'm still on my way up. And I got him.
When he hit Dikembe, he went up to another level. It was like he was looking down at Deke and dunked the ball. And the face that I made was, it was perfect for that kind of dunk.
In that huddle, I looked at him, I said, "Deke, that was ugly."
"That's okay. I block more shots than any man on this universe right now."
I said, "Yeah, but you can't wag the finger this time."
I've caught some of the events, and they have caught me well, too. I remember the playoff against Toronto. He came in. He almost tried to break my hand. And my hand got caught on the rim just like this, and my skin came off. And I blocked the ball.
Big fan, because he probably dunked. For that one dunk, he blocked my dunk probably 5 or 6 times before that.
Longley with a great feed to Michael Jordan, who went back door.
And that's a mental dunk, much more so than a physical dunk. That is, "I own you." That's an "I own you" dunk. You know, with the little finger wave afterwards.
Oh, we still talk about it. We went to dinner this summer, and that was all about. He said, "Dick, you remember I got you. So you cannot go and retire and say that I never got you, but you remember I got this on film."
That's the beauty of basketball. When you got a good defensive player and you got a guy who's saying, "You're not going to get to the basket, I'm going to protect this goal." And in the same token, you're saying, I got you that time, didn't I?
Myers for Pippen. Oh, a faithful Scottie Pippen in the face of Patrick Ewing, who did not appreciate it.
Ewing is set. Scottie is set. It's like, okay, let's take the elevator up. Ewing goes to the 10th floor, Scottie went to the 11th. That's it.
What stands out most in my mind about that is that Pippen just steps over Ewing, and this really symbolized that entire period and the series of magnificent games between the Bulls and the Knicks, who really detested each other.
Scottie kind of throws him to the ground a little bit. And it's almost like, "Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier." That's what everyone at home was saying. "Down goes Ewing. Down goes Ewing." And Scottie knew exactly what he was doing, too, because to stand over him and look at him, in basketball, that's the worst thing you can do. That's not nice, Scottie. That's not a nice thing.
Here comes McCready. Oh, he just sucked the gravity right out of the building.
My first thing was to just go up and try to get contact and draw a foul on it. But another part of me just told me to go up and dunk on it. This guy is 7'7", 7'6", 7'7", whatever he is, and just make a post out of him. You know, it's possibly be his last year in the league, so you know, send him a going away present.
Yeah, I mean, he retired maybe because of it, right? He said, enough. You know, I can only be the Mount Everest of all these great jumpers here for so long.
What was really crazy about that dunk is, like, when you do something, if you're the opponent and, you know, the home team, if you do something spectacular, they never show it on the Jumbotron. They never show the replay or anything. They actually show the replay on the big screen. They just sucked the gravity right out of the building.
Yes! Serving up a facial on Yao Ming.
attack the basket. I turned the